There's going to come a time when you might get confused. There's going to come a time when you're not really sure what's happening. There's going to come a time when you're wondering what really to do. That's okay. Everyone asks these questions. Come back to day 2. Get your overview. Come back to day 2. Get the definition. Look at your notes. It'll all be there. Our goal, my goal, this whole program is designed to put you into a position where you can, 1, earn that commission. Get your first commission. No one forgets their first check. 2, how to take that commission and understand the cycle, the systems, and the process so you can do it again and repeat it without looking at me and going through these videos. And number 3, as you recall, to be able to develop that process into a massive action and a massive revenue generating process. You'll get everything you need to get through step 1, 2, and 3 in these 14 days. But when you go beyond these 14 days, if we cement into your mind how to really be successful, I can promise you one thing. You'll become a specialist in the trainings. You'll become a specialist in the marketing methodologies. You'll become a specialist in the income generation. You become a specialist in everything you do because it's your opportunity to take control of a new industry and a new revenue source to change your paradigm, to change your life. And you can do this. You can do this step by step because I will not stop until you have your results. I will not quit until we've given you everything you need. Vic and I will walk you through this step by step by step. Tomorrow, we get busy. We understand the industry a little bit. We understand some terms. A lot of things are floating around, and I want you to engage that one. Your homework tonight is simply to go over your notes. That's your homework. All I want you to do tonight, your first assignment, is to review your notes. I want you to tell me what an above the fold means. I want you to tell me what a CPC means, what a CPA means, what a CPS means, what a hybrid model is. I want you to go over your notes and understand this industry, understand the terms. If there's a term you didn't pick up, you didn't get, I want you to go back through the clip, find out where it is, write it down so you've got it in your mind. This is just to get you familiar with this space. So when we go through and we say, listen, what's your CPC? And here's your campaign. You just ran it and we bought traffic at Facebook and at Google and we got actions coming or this is happening. And do you know what your earnings per click is? Are you making money? And you may say, I'm not sure. Well, I'm going to tell it to you again and again and again and again and again. So you're going to get me giving you definitions on this all for the next 2 weeks. However, you can come back here and get even more to make it for yourself. Any last questions, Mark and Chris?
No.
Not for me.
You ready to rock and roll?
We're ready.
Tomorrow we go over our campaign blueprint.
Great.
Listen, guys, right below this video, give me your comments, give me your feedback. If there's something more you think you need, let me know. You getting value, let us know. But above all, get pumped and get excited because tomorrow we build your campaign. Tomorrow, we begin building your program that makes you the opportunity you've been wanting to have and begins your breakthrough in a whole new way. This is your future. This is your program. This is your training and your opportunity. My friends, that's it for me for today. Get some rest, get ready, go over your notes, get ready for tomorrow, and we're going to go deep into your program. Have a good night.
All right, hey, welcome to Project Breakthrough. My name is Vic Strazios here with my partner.
I'm Jason McLean. Good to see you guys. Welcome to Project Breakthrough. Are you excited? I know I am.
Awesome. I'm pumped, man.
You're
I'm
pumped.
So listen, you are here because you just created an account with Project Breakthrough, which is a program from High Traffic Academy. We'll tell you a little bit about that in just a minute here. I just wanted to say congratulations. Hear me out. Lean close to your computer. Hear me out. Your life in the next 14 days have a potential to change beyond your belief, all right? And so we'll tell you exactly what this program is all about here in just a minute. So before we do that, again, who am I, right? So I'm the founder of High Traffic Academy and co-creator of this awesome program called Project Breakthrough with my business partner here, Jason McLean.
It's an amazing program in every single way. And listen, we've been doing this business for a long time. We'll tell you about who we are a little bit later, but This program right now, Project Breakthrough, is designed to change your life in lots of new ways. So sit back, relax, but matter of fact, no, don't sit back and don't relax. Actually, get a notepad and a pencil, because what we're gonna go deep into in the next 14 days literally is telling you exactly what we've done for the past 20 years in the space. I mean, for a month of Sundays, we've been doing this, and we're gonna give it to you absolutely free, step by step by step, so you can get a true breakthrough and start, living your life the way you wanna live it on your terms. This is your day.
Right, so let's get into it, Jason. So this is day number 1. It's a 14-day program. Listen, 14 days out of your life to change your life. All right, keep that in mind as we go together through this. 14 days to change your life absolutely beyond your belief. So,
100%.
So here's how the program is going to work. Every single day, we're going to take one step at a time. You will find out, this is the most step-by-step, most comprehensive program you have ever seen being put together anywhere. So this is day number 1, introduction. This is going to be a short video. We just wanted to get to know you a little bit, or you get to know us a little bit here. We have a little bit of a different approach here that we're going to introduce you to. And so here is what you can expect over the next 14 days, right? So Jason, here's the outcome for the next 14 days. There's 3 things.
Okay, the very first thing you realize is this: no matter what we do for the next 14 days, our goal is to teach you, number 1, how to earn real money, a real commission. You've never done the online space before. You have no idea what's going on whatsoever. And you're asking yourself the question, how can these guys take me from one place to another in 14 days? How can I really find real money? Well, our very first goal is to show you exactly how to do that. So no matter what happens at the end, on day 14, your bank account should have more money in it than it does today, unless you're spending money buying things, which you don't want to do. That's a bad idea. So stay tuned, because this program is going to give you that number 1 objective: real earnings in the online space in 14 days.
Even if somebody is total beginner, even if they have never done anything like this before in their life, even if you don't know what a click is, okay? So hear me out. Number 2, okay, there's 3 specific outcomes to the program. Outcome number 2 is make sure that you understand, as we go through this journey together, right? So make sure that you understand how you did that, so you can repeat the process and you can do it over and over and over again, right? Pretty awesome.
Yes, 100%. And then listen, and number 3, no matter what you're looking at, the third thing we want to make sure you do is have the ability to rely, there we go, we'll press a button, there we go, to rely upon that income, and no matter what, how to scale that income in a massive, massive way. I mean, think about this. If today you can make $50, and maybe tomorrow you can make $100, and the next day you make a little bit more, no matter what that process is, can we take that from that one income, teach you the process, how it's done, and then scale it massively so you can rely upon it. And hopefully, and by God's grace and mercy, hopefully, you can turn this opportunity, these 14 days, into a lifestyle. So you can begin to live life on your terms. Begin to possibly quit your job. Stop doing the things you've done before so you can do this over and over again. And everything we've outlined this entire 14 days is a step-by-step process, no matter what you know or don't know, to walk you through these 3 simple objectives. So your tomorrow is way better than your today.
That's it. That's it. So before we get into all the details on how this is going to work and actual trainings, since we're going to be spending 14 days together, right? I think it's a good time for us to tell a little bit about who we are. Yeah. Listen, if I were in your shoes, right? I would be sitting there. If you're seeing me for the first time, I'd be asking, who are you, right? Why should I be listening to you? Why should I take 14 days or an hour, or a minute of my life to listen to you, to anything you have to say? So Jason, why don't you've been in this space for 20 years, 20
Sure.
plus years now, right?
Yeah.
Who are you?
Okay, well, I'm Jason. That's number 1. Jason. Listen, a little about who I am. I'll give you the Cliff Notes version. Number 1, first and foremost, where I am today is 20 years in .coms. I have literally sold over 14 .com companies. I run and manage 9 different .com companies today, and I teach entrepreneurs and online marketers how they can build online businesses to success. That's where I am today. On top of that, of course, I have 3 amazing daughters, and if you've got daughters, I thoroughly apologize, because it is a lot of work when you raise 3 little girls up from infancy into young ladies, but it's a joy, and a lovely, lovely wife for, a dozen years now. So my life today is a lot different than it used to be, and if I go back 20 years ago, almost 25, even more than that, I can tell you a story about a guy who had a dream to do what everyone else wanted to do, which is simply put, build a career, build a future, and make money and have a life. So I went to school like many of you probably did, and I studied and got good grades, and then I went and got a job. Well, lo and behold, that job was going great, and so many months after that job started, I got laid off. Found myself not finding anywhere else to go. I had no way to get ahead. The next thing I decided to do was start, well, you know what? I'll start my own company. Why not? You can make money that way. So I began going down that road and found myself knocking down more doors and more challenges, and all to the point where I found nothing but despair and failure. And I found myself literally living under a bridge a long time ago, and it was hard. I could not find a way out, and I was scared and I was lost. But I found a mentor. I found a friend. Someone met me one day and taught me something very unique and very different. How to never give up and never quit. And it was a time when the .com was just beginning. And I took my hand back into entrepreneurship. I took my hand back into building a company, and I began to build something in the online space. I learned it by trial and error, step by step, day by day, moment by moment. And in these days, going back 20 years ago, the .com world was nowhere near what it is today. There was no regulation whatsoever. Google didn't even exist. There was no Yahoo, there was no Bing, there's none of this stuff. It was the wild, wild west. And I came up through those ranks. So in 20 years of living in this dream, 20 years of entrepreneurship, starting a company, building a company, trying to grow it up, the one thing I learned was how to build a business in the online space. So today, 20 years later, married, kids, happy, loving life, my whole goal in life is to give you what I've done in 20 years over the next 14 days. So your life can be different. So you don't need to go through those struggles, and you don't have to figure out all the answers to the questions you've not yet asked. So for me, I'm your coach today. I'm your teacher, I'm your mentor, and Vic and I can hope to change your life.
That's an amazing story you got there, Jason. And I've seen your family, met your family. You are a blessed man.
Thank you very much, brother.
Awesome. So I don't want to bore you to death with my story, but let my story be an inspiration to you, my friend. Listen, I don't know what you're going through in life right now. Maybe you tried to make money online before. Maybe you are trying to build a company right now and you're just running into brick walls. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you have never tried to make money online. Maybe you are under that thumb. You're working for somebody and you have to clock in, right? And you just don't like that. You want more freedom. I got started at a very young age. I was 20 years old and we got married, still kids, And as a matter of fact, right now, here's my family. This is, I've been blessed with a, gorgeous wife and 6 amazing children. And I feel blessed and highly, favored by God. And but my beginnings were very, very humbled. Starting at the age of 20 and getting married, I very quickly realized that working for somebody else is not going to help me provide the lifestyle for my family that I truly want them to have. And so I started to look around, and I was just fortunate enough to come across this internet marketing space. And I've seen all these people making great incomes, right? And I see this guy living in the house that I wanted to live, and somebody else has the car that I really wanted to have. And that to me was really, really attractive. There was one problem. I had no idea how to do it. I don't know what your situation is. Maybe you came across this video, maybe you saw an advertisement, right? And you're like, man, I really want that kind of lifestyle. I want to inspire you because that's possible. Yes. That's possible. Here's a very, very short version of my story. I started out not knowing anything about marketing, right? And I was fortunate enough to have the right mentor come into my life early enough. And I was just smart enough to listen, right? And apply what I learned. And in a matter of about 3 months, I was able to absolutely change my business around. I started out by borrowing money. I don't know if you know the feeling of not having $1.19 to your name. To go to Walmart, here in the States, we have this supermarket, right, Walmart, and not being able to have enough money to buy bread for your family. I've been there. I know what it's like to be on that side. I also know what it's like to make $700,000 in a single month. But you know what else, my friend? I know what it's like to be humiliated publicly. As a matter of fact, let me tell you a quick story of what happened. So, from 2005 to 2009, right, I've built, by following what my mentor told me and by being a good student, I was able to build a pretty successful online business. My income was up to $40,000, $50,000 a month or something like that. And life is going great. It was end of 2009. I remember this clear as day. my wife is pregnant with our third boy, and she was about due. She was like 8.5 months pregnant, and we were doing remodeling in our home. And one day, November 2009, I hear a knock on my door. And I open up the door, and there is an officer from U.S. Marshal's office, and he's like, "Hey, you Vitaly Straisius?" And by the way, Vitaly is my first name, Vic is my middle name. I just go by Vic because it's just easier for people. I say, "Yes, what can I do for you, sir?" And he says, "We have a warrant for your arrest."
Straisius, who has no other criminal offenses, pleaded guilty to 1 count of grand theft. As an insurance man, he was getting paid advance commissions for any
I was
clients
about
he
to
signed
fall
up.
over. I'm like, "What? What for?" Well, before I started my online marketing, before I went into online marketing, I sold life insurance for a period of time. I was still a kid, like 19, 20 years old. This is 5 years earlier, right? And so I sold life insurance for a period of time. And there was one particular time, one particular moment where I don't remember exactly what was going on, but I was desperate for money. And I thought, what if I just come up with fake numbers and submit a fake, application to an insurance company, no real people involved. I would never do anything to hurt real people, and see if they will pay me. And I knew that if they paid me, then those commissions would be charged back later. But I would write enough business to cover that, right? And then I got sick and tired of traveling all the time, being in insurance, and got to the internet. Started my internet ventures, and again, this is 5 years later, 2009. I am having this great online business going, and just so happened that 5 years later, my friend, hear me out. 5 years later, one of those policies got audited, and that's how they got me 5 years later. Okay, so there's, I got sued in 2009 for something I did when I was a kid 5 years previous, right? And so Vic got his, 30 seconds of fame on local TV station, and the word got out. And imagine this, everything that I've built up to 2009, all my coaching clients and students, everybody started to freak out. Oh my goodness, Vic is a scam, Vic is this, Vic is that, right? But in 2009, 2010, I had to just completely walk away from what I was doing as an entrepreneur on the internet and had to just let everything go, and I had to start from scratch. My friend, the reason I'm telling you to say this, number one, I'm a real human being. I make mistakes. I've made mistakes. I paid for my mistakes, but I was able to bounce back. And so no matter what you might be going through in business right now, right, there is a way out. Your past does not determine, it does not label who you are. What we do today dictates what we're going to have tomorrow. And so since 2010 to now, you know what? I have a new passion. My definite purpose right now is to serve my community better than anybody else, is to help create more success stories than anybody else. And here we are with Project Breakthrough. And so what I'm going to do is, in the next 14 days, along with Jason here, we're going to condense our experience into 14 days and give you the information that you need to move the needle for you, okay? As a matter of fact, let me tell you what happened, okay? Let me tell you what happens when you go through the journey over the next 14 days. It's not 14 years, it's not 14 months, it's 14 days.
Two simple weeks.
2 weeks.
Your entire life.
Let me tell you, let me show you, let me give you a glimpse, right? And the reason I'm going to do this is just so that you have that inspiration. I want to inspire you, my friend, because I don't know, again, wherever you are right now, your past does not equal your future. What you do today is going to dictate where you're going to be tomorrow. Let me show you what happened, okay? See, before I even do that, I've built my business, and I'm sure Jason is the same way, on this one principle. There is one book that I read every single day, right? I try to anyways. And it's the most amazing book on success ever written. And that book, there's one little thing in that book that says, whoever desires to be great among you shall become your servant. Okay? And I built my business on this principle. This is the core of my business. This is the core of what we do here in High Traffic Academy. And here's what I'm going to promise you right now. I'm going to serve you. Okay? I'm going to serve you better than anybody else. There's a lot of garbage out there. There's a lot of junk out there in the industry. There's a lot of people, and metaphorically speaking, they'll try to feed you junk, right? What happens if you eat bad food?
You get fat and uncomfortable, and you don't look too good.
And you don't feel good,
No,
right? And it hurts you.
Yes,
and then eventually you're going to die.
That's right.
Here's my promise. Here's our promise to you, along with Jason. We're going to feed you good food, all right? Over the next 14 days, we're going to give you nutrients for your business that's going to help you take your business and flourish, all right? Here's what happens. Back, when I discovered and I broke through, in this marketing game, I started promoting other people's products. And you don't have to. I'm just showing you the result right now, just to inspire you and show you what's possible when you follow, and what's possible for you, really, with this program. To give you an idea here, promoting somebody else's programs, right, which we'll talk about here over the next couple of days, how